What's up guys? Today's video is a fun video that deviates from my usual format, and this is by your request. I'm going to be taking you on a little office tour. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome to Private Practice Skills. I'm Dr. Marie Fang, psychologist in private practice. Normally, I post videos offering tips and tools that I learned the hard way about starting and growing private practice so that you don't have to. But today kind of feels a little bit like a field trip because we're meeting in my office, and it couldn't be better timing. I've been hanging out in my office a lot because the AC is so much better than the AC at my house, and we're in the middle of a giant heat wave. This is also a great video to film now because I'm trying to batch film content to keep uploading for while I'm on maternity leave so that you guys can keep watching even while I'm not working. Well, I hope you enjoyed this office tour, and also bear with me as I'm going to film the rest of this on my iPhone. Okay, so I have no idea what I'm doing with this whole office tour thing, so I'm just gonna kind of go for it. I tried not to tidy anything, so this is kind of just what it looks like. Let's just take it one section at a time. So after we enter on the right, you can see my little desk area. This is where I tend to hang out if I'm not with a client. And you know, I've got my nice little ambiance lighting, which if you saw my video all about how to design your office, I have strong opinions about lighting, and just some random knickknacks to make it feel a little bit more homey. The little candle holder. I'm all about those plants, and let's see, this plant here has survived since I started in my own full-time practice. It's a Sansevieria mother-in-law's tongue. I highly recommend it. It cleans the air and it's almost impossible to kill. And this one over here is a Haworthia, which lives on my windowsill when I'm not in the office, as well as this cactus. I'm huge fans of my little plants. This guy's looking a little funky here, but I love it. And I do have, oh, and my little elephant friend. Hello. My husband brought that home when he went on a trip to Thailand, and that's where it lives now. Of course, I got my credentials all up. You don't have to do that, but I just feel better when I see therapists and doctors have their credentials up, so I put mine up. And of course, the clock. Now I'll take you inside my little desk. This is kind of the miscellaneous drawer that stuff goes when I'm trying to throw things somewhere when clients are about to show up. So my keys, my little charger for my square contactless reader. This is my colleague's mail because she's on leave right now, so I've been collecting it there. And I have my microphone shoved in here that I'm using right now as I make this video. And this is, my landlord was trying to get me to join the Rotary Club, and that was before I was pregnant and when I thought I had way more free time than I do now. And then I got this little drawer over here. And this is kind of a mishmash of office supplies. So when I come in, I got my pens here, highlighters, Post-its. In a second, you'll see I'm all about my diffuser with my essential oils. This is my colleague. And more essential oils because I'm all about it. Yep, desk drawer, batteries for when my clock dies. And over here to the left of my desk, I got a bookshelf. I love this bookshelf. It's a dream come true. I always wanted an office with my own books in it. And right now it is a mixture of my books and my colleagues' books as well. And I love this. I've talked about it on Instagram. My colleague hand-lettered this, and that's my favorite catchphrase. I also have some random stuff, like I got these lollipops, there's only a few left, from Candy Creek. They sent them to me to try them out. They are quite tasty. And to the side of my bookshelf, also where I hide things, this is my tripod, which I was using earlier today to film, and my little watering can for some plants that I have growing outside. And speaking of places where I hide things, I have these doors here, and this is where it looks not so cute. I told you I did not tidy for y'all. So in here, my colleague and I each have our own basket. This is her basket, so I'm not gonna be pulling that apart for you. Here's my basket. It is not organized. It's just all the things. I mean, you know, envelopes, because I've had these same packages of envelopes since I started in private practice, because how often do I actually send snail mail? This is actually from a previous office that I worked at. I used to need to provide my own dish soap. What's happening here, guys? Oh, we're having what? There's a battery in here? All right, listen, I don't know how that got there, but I'm gonna put it in here now. Oh, magic eraser. I use that whenever I move into a new place, and that's just been here for 2 years since I moved here. I do have clipboards with my intake paperwork ready to go on there just in case I have a surprise. And these are actually the cups I use to water some of my plants. I know it doesn't make any sense. And then going down here, this is my colleague's file cabinet that used to be mine, and I gave it to her. And this is where I shove all my stuff when I show up into the office. I got my laptop and stuff in here and my purse, and I just shove it in here so that clients don't see all that stuff. I'm all about hiding the mess. And as we zoom back out here, you'll see up on top, I do have a plant. I love plants so much. This is a golden pothos gifted by one of my colleagues in the same office. She's had the same golden pothos for over 20 years. And then every now and then she just kind of comes and gives it a haircut and she shares it with friends. So I got to get this from her. It's been here for like 1.5 years and it's having a great day. And then my colleague and I decided that we needed a fiddle leaf fig. So meet Fred, the fiddle leaf fig. Fred's been here for about 1 year and he had a hard time, I'm not gonna lie. When he first joined us, he lost like half of his leaves. But just in the last month, he put out 2 new leaves, and I'm thinking he's thinking about putting some more out. We'll see. We'll give him a second. He's figuring it out. It's just like people. Need some time to adjust. Okay, and then as we pan over to the left, this is my therapist chair, and I'm all about having that pillow on my chair. It's so helpful. So next to my chair as I sit down here, this is where I keep my notes pages for my clients, and I do have a paper planner. Yep, I'm pretty old school when it comes to that type of thing. And then normally my phone is sitting here upside down, which I use for my Square app to charge my clients. And this is the contactless chip reader, which you can also use to do Apple Pay. I don't know why more people don't use this. It's awesome. And then for those who are paying with HSA, they don't have a chip on them, so we have to swipe the mag stripe the old school way. And that's just my little table. And then as we pan over to the left, we got our little side table next to the couch. And there's my beloved essential oil diffuser. It's blowing every which way because our AC is on right now. But I usually load it up with happy smells. Of course, tissue box, totally necessary. And then I got my little palm. I think it's like Camiadora elegans, or is it a parlor palm? Is that the word for it? I've had this one since I've had my own office 2.5 years ago, and I've since divided it and it's multiplied in size many times over. Super easy plant. And more lighting, of course. And then I have some things hiding down here. This is like the little remote for my diffuser, and then the little like water cup that you use to pour water into it. And I also have a room heater, which definitely not using that today, but it does have a fan option that I use as well. I try to tuck it away when I'm not using it. And as we go to the left, you can see my couch. I love this couch. I think it was like $250. So couches don't have to be expensive, and it's quite comfy. I did add my own pillowcases on top of the pillows that came with the couch because it just looks a little bit more pleasing to the eye. And I also talked about this in my video about office design, but I'm all about putting a fuzzy blanket on that couch. Clients love it so much. And as we pan over to the middle here, I do have a little coffee table. I like how the coffee table sort of creates an automatic sense of separation between me and my clients, but it also sort of creates a point of connection. Maybe I have my drink on the table, and they have their drink on the table. If I'm sitting in my chair, this is what I see, so I can always keep track of time without having to turn my head too far. That's super important to me. And of course, some coasters. And another plant. I found this one at IKEA. It's a type of Sansevieria. It's like a cylindrical something type of Sansevieria. It's happy. And just other little trinkets help it make it feel more homey. I have not dusted this area in forever. This little candle holder a friend of mine brought back from Thailand. there's a Thailand theme. I've never been, but I've had so many friends go. And this little tray on top, I actually found that at Goodwill. So it's perfect. I think it kind of fits the theme of the room pretty nicely. And I got these little fancy coasters at Amazon. You'll also notice I have a pet peeve about just leaving empty tissue boxes out. I just kind of need them to have a cover. Does anyone else relate? I don't know, I have that on that one, and then I just have one that I got at like Target or something on this one. And just a quick note on the tissues, I always make sure I have more than one tissue box in my office because the day definitely comes where at the worst moment your tissues run out. And it's nice to just have more tissues right at hand. All right, well, let's keep going. I'm a little embarrassed, but I have this white rug, or what used to be a white rug. And oh Lord, I think it looks worse in the video than it does in person, or maybe it really does look that bad. You know, I knew when I bought this rug that it was a risk and it was gonna get dirty. This is where my clients stick their feet. You can kind of tell where most clients sit on the couch, and then like almost nobody sits on this edge. And some people sit on that edge, but the middle is the popular spot. I've shampooed that so many times it does not come out. But I still like it. It makes a huge difference. Whenever I take it away to clean it, I feel like something huge is missing from the office. So I just rather have a dirty rug than no rug. But if I'm honest, I think I should just get a new rug. It cost me like 70 bucks. It's time, Marie. Carrying on, let's not look at that rug anymore. Back in this little corner, I got my little trash can. I don't know, I have a covered trash can, but I think people use tissues enough that it might be helpful to have an open one, but this is just what I got when I got my own office. Here's a little corner of my colleague's stuff. She works with kids, so she's got some cute kid things in there. I'm not gonna take it apart since it's not mine, but it is nice to be able to share that space. And of course, another lamp. We got some artwork. I think I got this at like Big Lots for like 20 bucks. You don't have to spend a lot of money, people. And I won't dwell on this, but this is my colleague's credentials, and then we each put our city business license up here as well. And then coming over here, this is my colleague's. She kind of did a little DIY sand tray, which is super cute, and all of her little sand tray toys live down here. And then we got our file cabinet area. This is most of it is my file cabinet. With some fun things on top. I forgot to pull out my clean glasses, but I'm not being very hospitable to you right now. Normally this is full of water and I have some glasses here so that my clients can have water, but I think I just washed my glasses and forgot to pull them out. And a little candy jar, which is not as popular as I thought. I think the last time I put candy in here was like, oh gosh, like 6 months ago. Oh well. Good job being healthy, people of San Jose. And then we have our peace lily plant. And this one I actually found on clearance for like $1 a couple of years ago because it had been stepped on or something at the store. And then I took it home and revived it. It's looking great. I stuck it in this pot and now it lives in this office. And I'm thinking it's loving its life. I'm not going to take you in here, but this top drawer is my client file cabinet. Yes, I do all paper files. So that's where they live. And it is pretty much full. So whoopsies. Because when I bought this file cabinet, I thought the whole thing locked, but it only locks the top drawer. So, you know, I was thinking I was getting more cabinet than that. The bottom drawer, since it doesn't lock, just has a bunch of stuff. You know, gotta have snacks. Always have snacks in here. You know, tissues, super important. Feminine products. I'm pregnant. I definitely don't need those right now, but boy am I glad those are there. I've needed them before. And then I have some of my own art supplies. Even though I don't do child therapy, I have still used these plenty of times. And I have some blank notebooks for if I need more notebooks. Well, I'm trying to think if there's anything else to cover about my office. This is it. Here we are. I don't know, is there anything else you'd want to see? You asked, here it is. It's my office. If you would like to see anything else that I didn't cover, let me know and I'm happy to do a part 2 or something like that. Well, thank you for joining me on this office tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to let me know in the comments if you like seeing videos like this or there's other aspects of my office that you'd wish to see. And until next time, from one therapist to another, I wish you well.